Hey yo, I'm Phil and welcome back to another episode of RimWorld. Let's get started, shall we? So, this I think will finally be the episode we get around to building the temple. Now it is of course all laid out, but we'll have to do a few we're going to have to sort of move things around and work with it as is. So here's my thought. Now, I realised that maybe putting a C in the room with maybe the tiling on the floor isn't the best way, or isn't a great way of dealing with it. So I'm thinking maybe we do something like this. So once again, I'll get out my planning tools, my lovely planning tools, and not that one. Whoops, try it again. There we go. And instead, we actually just round off the corners, something like this. Well, it's not really much, it's not very round, but it's still something. And then maybe we put maybe make this like a golden facing wall, and then obviously we can place statues in these corners, which I think will certainly turn out a little better than the original design. Also, it adds a bit more detail as well doing something like this. Yeah, I think, yeah, as I said before, as I said just then, that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. Let's get started. You know, I still can't make that sentence. We're going to start building it now. Okay. Now, I would love to have used marble, but we don't have enough marble blocks around. Now, I suspect we could actually do a bit of mining. Just over here would do the trick. And might as well do it. Now, also the steel. So let's see if I can just get them to take a bit of a chunk out of this mountain, and obviously some of the marble here as well. Don't know how much they're going to have to mine in order to get a few marble blocks. Hopefully it's not too much. So here's my thought, is we are using marble for, well, we must be using marble for the inside edge. But what about for the other edges? Oh, we don't want to use uranium or jade or gold or silver, because these are all high quantity materials. And they're also very hard to get your hands on in the first place. So I'd rather not do that. Granite is also not a possibility because we don't really have much granite on the map, and hell, I don't think even and since this isn't a limestone based map, we don't have a lot of that around, it's not going to be happening. Yeah, because all that's a lot really marble, sandstone. Actually, I wonder, we should be able to see it in the world view. Slate, marble and sandstone, there we go. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Now, we could actually try for slate, because there is some up on the top edge, just over here. That is slate, right? It should be. Yep, slate, which is the darker colour block. That said, it could be very easy to get confused with granite, because they're very similar colours if you weren't looking carefully. No, actually, it's a thought, actually. We could do that mining. Oh, we've got a lot of mining jobs that aren't getting done as well. I wonder, what are the restrictions? People aren't restricted, they're available to go outside, or when they're not sleeping, of course. What else can we do? Let me check who's on mining and why they aren't mining. Our chef is, well, doing chefy duties. Our tender is doing a lot of construction and repairing. Yeah, that makes sense. Really think we might need to prioritise someone on a 1 here, just so it gets done. Yeah, we're keeping up with food now. If things change, maybe I'll change what I'm about to do, but we're going to drop squid down to a 2 on cooking and up to a 1 on mining. Now, it's going to take a hell of a long time before they're any good, or have some speed, but at least they'll be practicing over and over again. Great thing is they also have passion, so it's not going to take too long. Also, put that in quotes, because it's still going to take a while. Okay, we might as well get started building this all then, despite not having the blocks. Okay, so what we're going to do is start off with the marble blocks on the inside edge here. So marble, 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 and yep, I think all the way up here. Now we do want, I've said before that I want to put gold along the back wall, but I'm just out of curiosity, how much does it cost per block? Oh no, God, 100 per block. Yeah, that's not happening. No way. Not at 100 per block. It would have been nice to do, though. And what about steel? Because that's another material that we haven't used in our walls. It's not... Well, intention isn't to be strong, it's just meant to catch your eye more than anything else. So, let's take a look. Alright, steel is 5 per block, so... Hell, why not? we'll actually put steel along the back wall and then build the marble wall just along like that, so it should still match up and work quite alright. Now we need to identify the locations for doors while I'm leaving things running in the background and auto rearming these traps. How about if I just mark them all to be rearmed like that? Just because I realise they're not getting done. And thank you, Baton Trader, that's what I needed to see happen. So, how are you going to organise things? First of all, the door will be just a wooden door. No, it should be a sandstone door, something nice and heavy, because it is a tomb, of course. It will take forever for people to get inside, but it's half the fun of it, I think. Now, I think what we're going to do is place the doors just on the bottom edge here. So leave a 2 gap from the wall, which means they have to sort of wander in to some extent to get into the place itself. And then for the main room, the temple to Cassandra will be just a single door in the centre, like so, which should be good. That's obviously going to take a while to get all the blocks and get done, but you know, getting it started, getting it planned is the first steps. Okay, now, this is what I'm thinking. I don't know if this will look very nice, but we can always give it a try, just to see what happens. My thought is maybe we have an inner wooden wall, so something like this. I will actually have to pause it, otherwise they will start building it, which is not what they want them to do right now. So we have an inner wooden wall, like so, and then an outer sandstone wall, because we have a lot of sandstone spare, which is, quote unquote, we have a lot of sandstone spare. 210 blocks is probably not enough. No, that's like, not even 2 sides, but the thought is that you would do something like this with the sandstone. So sandstone, wood on the inner edge, and then maybe some other material, maybe sandstone again. So it is the most common material, yeah, it is a very common material on this map. Now here's a thought as well. We do actually have a fair amount of plasteel still available. So I'm thinking maybe we actually build just this edge wall here. Plasteel, nice and strong. Though I think this may start to look a little gaudy with the amount of different blocks or colours that we're putting into this area. Oh well, we'll just see how it goes. Can't be that bad, can it? Okay. So we'll see how this goes. Now we'll have to work out where we want to put the doors to the temple itself. Now of course we are going to be removing this area here, so it does give us area to walk to the left and right side. My thought is we're placing the doors on the left and right, you know, as I was just sort of indicated just before. I think that's a good location to put them, and I think might as well stick with sandstone. So we want to try and keep it on the center line. Now this was a, what's it, 23 by 23, which makes it roughly where's in the center? 11, which puts it 11 gap 11. So just there, which is at the bottom of the traps. Because I always like to get rid of the planning mode as soon as possible, because I realise then otherwise I'll just leave the planning mode around too long. Okay, so door number 1 is over here, which should keep it in line over here. Now I think what we'll do is we'll keep a gap. I don't know if we really need to place a second door. I think it's a little excessive. And then obviously we need to work out where how the inner wall works, but that shouldn't be as much of an issue. Cool. I'll let people continue building it, and I think I will actually mark some sarcophaguses to be made. Of course, out of marble. Yeah. Because marble is my preferred tomb or sarcophagus material, I should say. Though I just wonder. Oh, if you wanted to make a gold sarcophagus, it would cost 1,200 units of gold. That's a lot of gold. I don't think we have much gold in this map. Now, it is a possibility later on, when we actually start to do some mining in the soil itself, that we can get this gold, but very unlikely from what I understand. I haven't played too much around with the mining, just on and off game that I was playing. So now it's up to, well, now we need to work out how we want to lay out our sarcophagi. And I suspect that we can fit actually quite a few in this room. Now the cool thing is that they won't be placing blocks there straight away, so I wonder if we can start working out the orientation of everything. Looks fine doing something like this. Now Hopefully we don't have this many deaths in a colony, but this is a fine way to lay everything out, and it does give us a bit of space to work with. So we can actually place a few statues on the inner edges. The outer edges is just our access. In theory, we could actually just ignore it and go with and just put another sarcophagus there, but hopefully we don't have to do that. I really hope we don't. Okay, now let's take a look at the mining. I want to see if we've got some blocks, which luckily we do. It's good to see. So obviously someone will get around to hauling it eventually. Interesting. Steven, you've hauled the steel over the items of flag, but no, okay. Completely fine. Oh, well, that's a great. We have a manhunter pack that we need to deal with now. Okay, so a manhunter pack of elephants have entered the area and will roam the region hunting for humanoid flesh. They can't pass through doors, so if you stay behind walls, you should be safe. They won't attack inactive turrets, so turn off your turrets if you want to save them. They'll leave the area in a few days. Where are they? They are... oh, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elephants. We could probably have dealt with maybe 2 or 3 elephants at most, but 5 is too many to deal with, so we're going to let them stay maddened for a little while. Just until they unmadden, fall asleep, or wander off the map. One of those. Okay, so obviously that means we'll have to restrict everyone back to Area 1, which should still be completely within our base. It's not. Looks like it's time for a bit of updating, which is not planning tool. Whoops. Okay. Planning. Expand allowed area 1. Okay, so we need to add the outer area over here, because we do need to get access to our crops, because the herbal medicine is really important. And I should actually check, have people still got the flu? I hope not. I was really hoping something like that would go away pretty fast. Yeah, keeping an eye on it would certainly be worth it. And obviously we need to expand our area to include our temple, as well as our second geothermal generator and other power supply. And the one thing I meant to take note during the night was that we were actually still running out of power, despite with all of this. So I am kind of bummed out that I found that again. So we're going to have to do something about that pretty fast. Okay, so I think but first things first, we need to make sure we're dealing with the elephants. So we'll be building a wooden wall, because we don't have many other actual blocks, so a wooden wall should be fine. The manhunters won't break through the wall, which is an important thing to take note. So we're going to get them to build the wooden wall. Our other colonists should come inside straight away, and we should be safe. So hopefully Bat over here can get it done ASAP. Except you're going to take the long way around to grab the wood. Now, where is the elephants? Okay, they are getting a little closer than I'd like, but people are inside the base, so that's a good thing. Bat has grabbed the materials, so the elephants still have to wander around the other side. And hello, thank you, Bat. I do actually need you to finish constructing the blocks as well. Awesome. So we are entirely walled in. The only risk now is if an elephant decides to break down a wall. So let's take a look at what these elephants want to do. And they're just moving around. So no, we got away. No problems. That's really good. So we had to keep an ear out for them, and we'll wait until they've disappeared. But I want to do other things while we're waiting around. And probably one thing is to at least mark the cargo pods. Oh, wow. Jade. That's actually a lot of jade. Ooh, that's probably worth a bit as well. Unfortunately, we can't get to it unless we were to try to extend our wall. No, we can't really get to it right now. Oh well. Might as well take a look at what the bulk goods trader has to sell us. Unfortunately, we can't do anything much about the jade. Okay, so who was our best socialist? A socialite? Sorry, not socialist. Wrong frame of thought, Fu. Wrong frame of thought. And it looks like 5 with passion will be... Who is it? Bat. Hello, Bat. Time to take a bit of a walk and talk to Nevermold Shipping, bulk goods trader. Now I have to check as well if we've got all of our trade beacons set up, because I think we probably don't have any for the left-hand stockpile, which now come to think of it is a little bit of a nuisance, but we'll deal with them. Okay, so there are this is before I actually go through and take a look at the listing, I just want to point out this just straight off the bat. We could actually buy another husky, just straight away. Honestly, like a female husky for freckles, or you know, so they can mate and then we can have husky pups and sell off the pups. I think that'd be a great idea, just straight off the bat. I'm going to add it, and of course I'll take a look at the listing, and I'll see you guys in just a sec. You know what I've just realised? Where's our cache? I think I was right when I pointed out a little earlier on that we don't have any trade beacons there. And I think we need to fix it ASAP, because it is not counting any cash which we do have around, which is actually a substantial amount. It means that we couldn't go through with the transaction, so there wasn't much point just explaining what I was going to do. So maybe we can encourage Bat to get this done right away. I like the idea of getting it done, so whereabouts are we going to place things? One trade beacon there, and then I might as well overlap things. Place the second one up top here. And that looks good. Okay, so obviously someone to get around to building it straight away. Well, you've pulled some of the materials. How about the components and now the power cables, which I should actually start to install while I'm thinking about it. So, where's the closest power cable? Well, obviously it's from the geothermal generator itself. So I guess the simplest thing for us to do is just to pull the cable sort of straight through and across. So that should get us enough power for the first trade beacon, and then down to the second trade beacon just here. Which will obviously take a bit of time and, the rest of the story. Okay, let's take a look at the events and just a few messages down here. So one of the heaters is broken down, not a problem, someone will fix it. One of the caribous, a caribou has become self-tame, it's now designated as Caribou 1. Right at the bottom of the map. Well, that's a bit of a distance. Good thing is, at least they listen to the psychic thoughts of our colonists and will sort of slowly nudge their way back before we actually mark them to be butchered. Because that's what we intend to do. Well, that's what I intend to do. Okay, so eventually whichever one it was, no, there we go, Caribou 1, will actually come inside. And interestingly enough, if this caribous provide milk, so maybe it's worth keeping them around. That didn't interact with the elephant. Oh, that was odd. It slowed down. I wonder if the elephant did get angry at the caribou for a second. Huh. Well, I'm glad the caribou didn't get injured, but now it should be safe, and the restrictions should obviously be set up to be all internal. Good. Looks like we're fine after all. Now, since it is going to be nighttime once more in our colony, I'll see you guys in just a second. Oh, don't you just love Cassandra? Cassandra's your friend. Cassandra's the friend of every RimWorld player. There's an escape pod that has crashed right nearby. You can actually see it on the screen. If they survive the impact, they'll be badly wounded. You could rescue them, or send them on their way, or capture them for recruitment or slavery purposes. Eddie over here has fallen just outside the wall. I mean, if you were just a few blocks in, you'd be fine. But no, you're outside, and those elephants will get you in no time flat pretty much. So let's take a look. You have a gunshot wound, a bruise, and a cut. That's not too bad for crash landing. And what about your skills? First of all, you're incapable of intellectual fighting. That's not too bad. At least you can haul, which is always a good thing. You're a pessimist. Industrious. Yay. Aesthetic. It's a good trait, but it's not the preferred trait right now. And your overall skills are fine. You're a really good doctor as well. Oh, I'd love to get my hands on you. But unfortunately, I think the elephants might first. I wonder. Sparkles, can we get you to deconstruct this wall and quickly haul them inside? Obviously, we'll have to change your restrictions first. Hopefully this works out. I have to keep an eye on Sparkles just so Sparkles doesn't wander anywhere they shouldn't. Deconstruct the wall and quickly rescue. Oh, sorry. Capture. And that should get them into a medical bed, and the elephants are none the wiser. Okay, that's good to see. And once you've dropped Eddie into bed, we'll get you to actually reconstruct the wall, because I don't like the fact that it's open now, because our colonists can actually walk there. The ones who aren't restricted, of course. So let's get you to prioritize working on that. I think we're still safe from elephants. Sparkles, sorry, what are you doing? You need to... right. That's... Sorry, I'm a little puzzled there. The 4 blocks of... Oh, 5 blocks of sandstone. Ooh. Hello, at least I can cancel a few jobs around the place. That gives you the 1 extra block of sandstone you need to finish this job. Which you should be able to do. Excellent. Oh, where do you think you're walking? That's... What did you do, Sparkles? You're on the wrong side. Come on, come back inside before an elephant sees you. Now, let's try this again. I want you to build the wall. I'd like you to build it from the inside edge. No. I want you to build it from the inside edge. I don't know what you're doing, Sparkles. Stop confusing me. Build it from the inside edge, not the outside edge. And you've gone and wandered away now. Well, I'm going to just keep an eye on the elephants and hope that Sparkles builds it from the inside like that. Okay, never mind, you're being restricted ASAP. There's no way I'm letting you near those elephants, which, yep, good. You've rerouted your path and you're no longer going outside. Cool. Okay, now we need to check on one other thing. We have idle colonists, and I'm wondering why we have idle colonists now. So what is it about this person which makes them idle? They're idle because they really can't do much. Sorry, Fu, you're a little hopeless in this colony. Oh, just at the current time I should add. I wonder. And even research isn't something we could put you on just because we don't have another research bench. Which, that said, I could actually build another one. Because we've only got the simple research benches down at the bottom. Okay, I will let you be for the time being, Fu. But we'll obviously have to get some other research benches set up. And what is this elk doing? It's also maddened as well. Damn, what did we do to Cassandra? We're actually building Cassandra a temple and she's still not happy with us. What can you do with game AI? Okay, we'll mark these, I think just this table here to be deconstructed, and we'll end up building this steel high-tech research bench. It does require a lot of steel, we do have it, and what about the components? Yep, we have 10 components, so we're fine there. And of course, I think we'll actually reinstall the chair where Stephen is. Stephen would probably prefer sitting in a chair. And hey, actually even move this chair over as well. Should make their life a little bit more comfortable, and we can obviously get this research done a lot faster than we are currently. Yeah, I think that's a smarter idea, and I think we won't have any issues if we do that. Okay, back to working on the temple. What we started at the start of the episode. Now I realised as well I never cancelled the jobs for the inside wooden wall, so good thing is it doesn't take too long to get done, so someone can cancel it, and looks like we're dealt with. Now, Eddie. You've just got an infection in your torso. I was expecting someone to treat you, but obviously someone didn't get to you fast enough. Oh, well, the good thing is Fu is close and nearby, so we'll see how you go. Now, your recruitment difficulty is 60%. We're definitely going to chat and recruit. You should probably be getting proper medicine, but now I'm going to let Fu patch you up just for the time being. What else do we need to do? You know what? I think that's pretty much it. Just keep an eye on you and hopefully you don't go dying on us. Cool thing is you are going to be lying in bed and you've been treated, so what more can you ask for right now? Okay, and now I realised as well when the trader left that we didn't actually go ahead and do the trading, which means we missed out on getting a female dog, which would have been great to have some pups around. And also I was planning to buy some blocks so we could use in the temple. Because we could have actually finished building it this episode. I mean, could have. Put that in quotes, please. Well, I think what we're going to do right now is just cancel some of these jobs. We know roughly how things are going to be laid out. We only need, what's that, 6 tombs, which... I know, if we add the center block, that should still work out. You know, I actually wonder, just looking at how this is laid out, what if we do gaps like this? I mean, it's just shifting it by 1 to the left. It does mean that we can't place any statues leading up towards the door, which I kind of like the idea of doing. No, okay, we're going to just go back to our original plan, our original design, so something like this, which obviously will fill up the middle one eventually. But that will have to be done in the morning. I've been keeping an eye on our colonists this morning just to see if I could spot anything that could be improved or worked on, and I realised there is something. This door is used so often it's not funny, and it's a manual door. I mean, our colonists must be sick of it, you know, opening and closing this manual door. So I think it is, of course, time to replace it with a better door. So Sparkles, can we not the unfinished bow, get you to deconstruct the door, and then someone can place an automatic door there, which will work wonders. And the cool thing is, it is also near power. So Sparkles, I'm going to actually get you to work on that straight away. And now it's going to be a little cold in the cooking chamber, or the cooking chamber. It's an interesting word to call this room, the kitchen. But you know, Sparkles is nearly done hauling all the materials over for the wooden door. So just give it a sec. You know, just a second, guys. And a severe illness? Okay, what's going on? I thought we had this under control. Extreme infection with 70% immunity. Ed, you're gonna die. Yeah, there's no way you can make it through it at all. Dana. Oh, that is a pain. We got you treated and you're still gonna die on us. Well, at least we have a chance of recruiting Bringer, so I guess things are still fine? Question mark? Now, I'll just have to see. Now, I can't really keep an eye on them because that won't do anything for us. So Sparkles, build the automatic door and hallelujah. Done. Haha. So let's see someone walk through the door. Come on. Walk through the door. Ah, they don't even have to stop when they get to the door, which means they walk so much faster. Now, I think, of course, it is worth placing a few of these in other locations, but they do use a little bit of power, and power isn't something we've got a lot of. Now, we did just get a new recruit. Bringer. Hello, Bringer. It's been a while, hasn't it? You've been cooped up in that room for how long? I think too long, honestly. Now, let's see how you're going. So, you're in a little bit of bad mood. You are smoking a joint, so that should help. Your characteristics is, yes, very, very good. So, one of the things we need to sort out with you is whether or not we give you a melee or shooting, because you've got good skills in both. And I think we're just going to give you ranged, because we don't have enough ranged people in our colony. So we're going to give you a good shotgun of 72% quality, and that should be fine. And obviously you have to then set up your sleeping schedule, which is done, and then what you're going to be working on. So it's that. Bed rest, flicking, wardening, we're going to turn off. Handling is off. Hunting is a 2. Construction, you've got a lot of passion, but you're hopeless. I think I'll leave that off. Repair can certainly be on. Grow, there's no reason not to keep it on. Mining, I think you can be another miner. You've also got passion for that, which is useful. Plant cutting, everyone can do it because it always needs to be done in our colony. Smithing, tailoring, arting, and crafting, I think we're going to ignore for the time being. Hauling, I think we can even leave that low. Same with cleaning, actually. I'm going to turn cleaning off. Actually, we don't even have another arter anymore, do we? So, oh, no one's set up for it either. So maybe it is worth putting you on art duty. You do have some passion, but you are hopeless. So it will certainly take you quite a while to get to an acceptable level of sculpturing. I think that's the right word to use. Yeah, I don't think you're really going to be doing too much while you're cooped inside, so arting it is. Let's place it at a 2, so that's 3, 3, yep, so you'll be doing mining and plant cutting first, over arting, which is then over hauling and hunting. Cool, I like that. So I will just double check Ringer. Whereabouts are you sleeping? I'm assuming you claimed a bed. You probably haven't claimed a bed, have you? Okay, we're going to give you a bed. An excellent bed, an artistic bed, which is set for owners and Bringer. Right at the very bottom of the list here. Did I click the right person? Yeah, I did. Cool. There you are. You got a nice bed to sleep in. You got a room to yourself. It's actually bigger than the prisoner room that you're in. We could actually give these rooms tables as well, because it's got the space and our colonists shouldn't feel cramped. It is something to consider. Maybe not right now, I think. Yeah, not right now. Okay, well, it is night time once again in our colony, so I'm going to see you guys in just a second. Lovely, lovely morning, and a colonist should just be waking up in a second now. I don't know whether or not you saw it as night started, but lucky us, we've got a poison ship to deal with. Another ship. I must say these are getting somewhat tiresome because they're always a bit of a nuisance. And the other thing to take note as well is that the elephant is actually gone. We don't have to worry about any mad animals, so it is definitely time to unrestrict people and get them out and about and doing work like so. There we go. That should do the trick. We should all be good. Now, you guys are probably going to be wandering over here to do more mining. And the good thing is it's going to give us a bit of extra steel to work with. And, yeah. Cool. Bringer and Bat, you guys really didn't need to fight, because that's just a waste of medicine. Because you will use medicine to patch yourself up. I can never understand my colonists at time, despite raising them from the youngest of days. Anyhow, I think this is probably a good point to leave it for this episode. The impending doom of another poison ship. We'll have to see how it goes in another episode. So, if you have anything to say, feel free to leave it in the comments below. But, as I've said in the past, and will say in the future, I'll see you around sometime.